there is a version of Earth that most people never see. It hides in cloud forests, on wind-battered cliffs, inside jungles so dense that sunlight arrives only in fragments. In this hidden world, evolution stopped following its own rulebook. It built creatures with feathers like liquid fire, eyes like something borrowed from a nightmare, and bodies so strange that the first scientists to describe them were accused of exaggeration. These are birds, but not the kind that visit your backyard feeder. These are living proof that nature, when given enough time, becomes stranger than fiction. Tonight, we travel to 5 continents to meet the ones that shouldn't exist, yet do. Watch closely, because somewhere in this list is a bird that will make you question everything you thought you knew about evolution. Welcome to Midnight Crawlers. We begin in the Philippines, where a bird seems to carry a fatal wound that never heals. The Luzon Bleeding-heart wears a crimson blotch across its white breast, as if it had just survived something terrible. It hasn't. That mark is pure plumage, a trick of pigment so convincing that early explorers refused to believe it was natural. This ground-dwelling dove forages quietly through leaf litter, feeding on seeds and insects while remaining almost invisible in the forest's dim light. Its wound may actually serve as a warning, a visual bluff that confuses predators expecting an easy meal. Habitat loss has pushed it toward the edge, making every sighting rarer than the last. But that's only part of the story, because in New Zealand, an entirely different rulebook was written. Meet the Kakapo, a parrot that forgot how to fly and never seemed to mind. Weighing up to 9 pounds, it is the heaviest parrot on the planet, built more like a plush toy than a bird of the sky. It waddles across forest floors at night, sniffing out fruit and moss with a face shaped disturbingly like an owl's. Its booming mating call can travel over half a mile through the darkness, a low-frequency drum that vibrates the very ground beneath it. Without natural predators for millions of years, the Kakapo simply stopped needing wings for escape. Then humans arrived, and everything changed. Today, fewer than 300 remain, each one individually named and monitored, a species surviving purely on human devotion. Its story is a warning wrapped in feathers. From the wetlands of South Asia rises something far less charming and far more essential. The Greater Adjutant looks like it wandered out of a Gothic painting, bald, wrinkled, with a pouch of skin dangling from its throat like something forgotten mid-sentence. Standing nearly 5 feet tall, this stork thrives on what others avoid: carcasses, refuse, the leftovers of a dying ecosystem. Its baldness isn't a flaw, it's sanitation, preventing bacteria from clinging to feathers during messy feeding. Locals once called it the ugliest bird alive. Ecologists call it irreplaceable. Without it, disease would spread faster through the wetlands it patrols. Beauty, it turns out, is not a requirement for survival. Only usefulness is. Contrast that with the great blue taraco, a bird that looks as though it raided a jewelry box before flying off. Cloaked in deep cobalt, with a crown like a feathered mohawk, it moves through African rainforest canopies with theatrical confidence, leaping between branches rather than flying long distances. Its diet of fruit and leaves gives it a surprisingly loud, guttural call that echoes for miles, announcing its territory long before it's seen. Curiously, its feather pigment is a rare true blue-green, created by microscopic structures, not dye, one of nature's few genuine blues. Things become even stranger once you look skyward, toward an ocean predator that never touches water. The Frigatebird is the pirate of the sky, incapable of landing on the sea it hunts above. Its feathers lack waterproofing, so if it lands on the ocean, it drowns. Instead, it steals. It harasses other seabirds mid-flight until they vomit up their catch, then snatches the meal before it hits the waves. Males inflate a massive red throat pouch like a balloon during courtship, a display so absurd it borders on comedic, yet it works. Frigatebirds can stay airborne for weeks, even sleeping mid-flight in short bursts while gliding on ocean thermals. Evolution gave them the sky and took away the sea, forcing a lifestyle built entirely on aerial theft. Deep in the Amazon, drama takes on a different form entirely. The Guianan Cock-of-the-rock glows with an orange so intense it looks almost radioactive against the rainforest's shadows. Males gather at communal display grounds called leks, bouncing, bobbing, and snapping their beaks in synchronized competition while females silently judge. Only the most impressive performers earn a chance to breed. This isn't courtship, it's an audition with evolutionary stakes. Yet its greatest secret isn't its appearance, but its architecture. A strange disc-shaped crest that hides its beak almost entirely, giving it a face that seems unfinished, sculptural, otherworldly. Far south, on islands cut off from the rest of the world, the kiwi tells a story of adaptation through absence. Nearly blind, flightless, and nocturnal, it relies on nostrils placed at the tip of its long beak, a trait unique among birds to smell earthworms buried in darkness. Its feathers feel more like coarse fur than plumage, and its bones, unusually for birds, are dense rather than hollow. Female kiwis lay eggs that can weigh up to a quarter of their own body mass, an obstetric feat that borders on biological cruelty. Long isolated from mammalian predators, the kiwi evolved into something closer to a nocturnal mammal wearing feathers than a conventional bird. Back in Asia's misty highlands, Kabet's tragopan unfolds like a costume no tailor could invent. When threatened or courting, the male inflates brilliant blue throat skin and extends fleshy blue horns above his eyes, transforming instantly from ordinary pheasant into something almost alien. This burst of color lasts only seconds before folding away again, a temporary spectacle reserved for moments that matter most. Restricted to fragmented mountain forests, its population dwindles as logging closes in, making every display a performance with a shrinking audience. On the volcanic slopes of Sulawesi, the Malayo has outsourced parenting entirely to the earth itself. Instead of incubating eggs with body heat, it buries them in geothermally warmed sand or volcanic soil, letting the planet's own furnace do the work. Chicks hatch fully feathered, capable of flight and independence within hours, no parental care required. It is one of the only birds on the planet that abandons its young the moment they're laid, trusting geology over instinct. Nature saved one of its strangest parenting strategies for this unassuming ground bird. Then there's the secretary bird, a raptor that hunts not from the sky, but on foot, striding across African grasslands on legs longer than most household cats. It kills venomous snakes by stomping them with force exceeding 5 times its body weight, a strike so fast it's nearly invisible to the naked eye. Its quill-like crest feathers, resembling pens tucked behind a clerk's ear, inspired its name centuries ago. Few birds combine elegance and brutality so seamlessly in a single silhouette. The horned parakeet, native to New Caledonia, wears 2 crimson feather spikes atop its head like miniature antennae, giving it an almost insectoid appearance among tropical parrots. It forages in small, noisy flocks through native forest, feeding on seeds and fruit while communicating through sharp, distinctive calls. Its ornamental horns serve no known survival function beyond display, a reminder that not every adaptation exists purely for practicality. Some simply exist for spectacle. But that's only part of the story, because ornamentation reaches an entirely different level on the African savanna. The helmeted guinea fowl carries a bony casque atop its skull, a natural helmet that seems purpose-built for headbutting rivals, though its real function remains partly mysterious to researchers. Spotted with pale dots across slate-gray plumage, it moves in tight, chattering flocks, alert to predators through near-constant vocal communication. This bird has been domesticated for centuries, valued for pest control, yet wild populations still roam grasslands with the same restless energy their ancestors carried. Across the plains of Europe and Asia, the great bustard claims the title of heaviest flying bird alive, some males exceeding 40 pounds, a mass that seems almost incompatible with flight. During courtship, males transform completely, puffing white feathers outward until they resemble giant cotton balls, visible from remarkable distances across open grassland. Despite their bulk, they can still take to the air when threatened, a testament to raw muscular power rather than aerodynamic elegance. New Zealand offers one more surprise in the Kia, the world's only alpine parrot, thriving in freezing mountain conditions most tropical relatives could never survive. Intelligent to an almost unsettling degree, Kia solves multi-step puzzles, cooperates strategically, and has even been observed manipulating tools. Their curiosity often leads them to dismantle rubber seals from parked cars, driven by boredom as much as hunger. Few birds demonstrate cognitive flexibility this advanced, blurring the line between instinct and genuine reasoning. The barn owl hunts using sound alone, its heart-shaped facial disc funneling noise toward asymmetrical ears positioned at slightly different heights on its skull. This anatomical quirk allows it to pinpoint a mouse's location in total darkness with astonishing precision. striking silently thanks to specialized feather edges that eliminate the whoosh of flight. It is less a bird and more a living sonar system wrapped in feathers. The ostrich, meanwhile, abandoned flight entirely in favor of speed, capable of sprinting over 43 miles per hour on powerful two-toed feet, unlike any other bird. Its eyes, the largest of any land animal, are bigger than its own brain, granting near 360-degree awareness across open plains. When threatened, a single kick can prove lethal even to lions, transforming a seemingly awkward creature into one of Africa's more dangerous encounters. In South America, the curl-crested aracari sports a helmet unlike anything else in the bird world, tightly curled black feathers resembling shellac or plastic, giving it an artificial, almost toy-like appearance. Traveling in noisy social groups, it uses its oversized, serrated bill to reach fruit unavailable to smaller birds, proving that an exaggerated feature can become a genuine survival advantage rather than a burden. The Nicobar pigeon carries iridescent green and copper feathers cascading like a metallic waterfall down its neck, making it one of the most strikingly beautiful pigeons on Earth. As the closest living relative of the extinct dodo, it offers scientists a living window into a lineage otherwise lost forever. Island hopping across Southeast Asia in search of fruit and seeds, high in Papua New Guinea's mountains, the ribbon-tailed Astrapia trails tail feathers 3 times the length of its body, streaming behind it like living silk ribbons during flight. Males perform elaborate courtship dances, angling their extraordinary tails to catch shifting light, transforming ordinary forest clearings into stages for one of nature's most exclusive performances. The marvelous spatule tail takes ornamentation even further, growing just 2 tail feathers ending in iridescent, paddle-shaped discs that seem to defy basic aerodynamics. During courtship, males swing these discs through the air like tiny pendulums, performing a hypnotic dance that females judge with unforgiving precision. In Arctic waters, the king eider survives brutal cold through dense insulating down, and a striking orange knob crowning its bill, a visual signal of health and vigor to potential mates. It dives astonishingly deep beneath sea ice to feed on mollusks, tolerating conditions that would kill most other waterfowl within minutes. The fiery-throated hummingbird ignites with color at every angle, its throat flashing between violet, emerald, and gold depending on the light of a living prism smaller than your thumb, defending high-altitude flower territories with surprising aggression. It proves that even the tiniest birds can carry outsized ambition. The white-headed duck, meanwhile, carries one of the strangest bills in the avian world, a bright, swollen blue plate that seems almost cartoonish against its otherwise muted plumage. Diving expertly for aquatic plants, it remains one of Europe's rarest waterfowl, its wetland habitats vanishing faster than conservationists can protect them. And finally, the violet sabrewing closes our journey the way it began, with color that feels impossible. One of the largest hummingbirds on Earth, it shimmers in deep violet and blue as it hovers between tropical blossoms, wings beating faster than the human eye can properly register. Its curved bill has evolved specifically to match certain flower shapes, a partnership between plant and bird refined over countless generations. Every creature in this journey tells the same underlying truth. Evolution is not a straight line toward perfection, but an endless experiment in possibility. Wherever there was pressure, hunger, competition, or isolation, life answered with something unexpected: a helmet, a ribbon, a stolen meal, a buried nursery of eggs. These birds remind us that extraordinary things are still happening on this planet, quietly, in places most of us will never visit. If this journey through nature's strangest creations left you amazed, tap that like button, subscribe for more stories from the wild corners of our world, and tell us in the comments which bird surprised you most. Until next time, keep looking closer, because the world is stranger and more beautiful than it first appears.